Charlie Fortney's High School Sports Live sits down with Joan Klingler of Dog Tags.
I'm here with Joan Klingler. She is one of the representatives and volunteers for the Dog Tags charity. This is our Brenner Family of Dealerships charity spotlight. Joan, talk about Dog Tags, why this is so important in the community, and what the mission and goals that you guys have at Dog Tags.
Dog Tags is a nonprofit charitable organization, and we are kind of unique in the entire country because we deal with combat veterans who are suffering from PTSD, and we train their dogs to be their service dogs. And this is why it's so important to know that we're a charitable organization, because we do not charge the veterans anything. Everyone in our organization, from the trainers through the president through the everybody is volunteer.
Well, you talked about a few examples. You wanted to give me 10 or 15 of them, but you talked about a few examples of some veterans and some stories that really just touched the heart. And I read some of the testimonies in the brochure that you guys have on your website. But talk about one of those stories that I know you're dying to share with the public.
We had one last 2 weeks ago that was just phenomenal. We have a guy from the Vietnam era, and he's on oxygen, and he came to us with a Mastiff. And Mastiffs are huge dogs, and they're a little slow. They just do things at their own pace. And 2 weeks ago, we were training. I said, Ted, sit. You need your oxygen. Sit. So he sat. Dog laid down beside him. He said, I'm done. He starts to take his oxygen off. Daisy got up, put her head on his lap, and wouldn't let him get up. And he's going, Daisy, move. And he stood up. She blocked his path and put her head on the oxygen. We can't train them to do that. She was telling him, you're not going anywhere. You need your oxygen. Is that pretty cool?
That is cool. Now, Dog Tags, the more I learn about it, the more I get interested in myself. And I'm just happy Brenner Family Dealerships has taken this on and has promoted this as one of the key charities that means something to them. Talk about the support of organizations like that and how important it is to have a Brenner Family of Dealerships and companies like that and people to support you guys.
Every donation is really important to us. It doesn't matter how small it is. But when we have a group like Brenner, they donated, I don't know how many weeks it was at the end of May, for every car they sold, they donated money to Dog Tags. And we're talking a really good chunk of change here, a lot of money, thousands of dollars that they donated to us that helps to pay for our training equipment, the rental of a training facility. They're helping to pay for the expenses that we do not charge the veterans.
Well, I know Abdul and Mr. Brenner and Jordan and that whole crew over there. They love being involved in the community. But people at home, we're not going to let them off the hook.
Nope.
What website can they go to consider possibly either volunteering or making a donation of some kind? Let's talk about the website.
If you go to www.dogtags, but it's capital T.A.G.S, 4 caps with a period in between each one, and you will find a beautiful picture donated by the Carl Photography. They came in, took this picture, and they did cut and paste kind of thing. I don't know how they did it, but there's a picture of our first group of our combat veterans, and you can go there. You can call the number that's on the website. John will respond and tell you what we need. Gotcha. We've got lots of trainers that have been training dogs for years, and this is just different. This is not just training obedience. This is training the dogs to help the people. One little poodle responds to her owner's low blood sugar.
Right.
So now we're training this little toy poodle, because she can't pick up much, to go pick up candy and give it to little packs, not just candy off the floor, and bring it to her. That's where we are now. But she alerts on it. We're training them to help the veterans. We're training them to do what the veterans need. Some of them just need, they still have night terrors.
Right.
And they wake up in the middle of the night. They're still back in Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, and the dogs are trained to either lie across their chest, and it brings them out of it, or turn on a light and bark at them to wake them up.
This is a great cause, man. Well, we're gonna put that up on the screen, and when we come back, we're gonna have the rest of the Highmark halftime report with Jerome, Archie, and Todd.